Good morning, students. Welcome back into the another session of CS16 Content Management System using WordPress. In my previous lecture, we have introduced the new plugin called Advanced Custom Field. We have downloaded, activated, and added the new advanced custom fields in a post. Usage of advanced custom field is possible for post as well as page, but we'll use in post. You can also use the advanced custom field same into the pages also. Now, what we have done in last lecture, let me revise it in a fast track. So first, after logging into the WordPress dashboard, I went it into the plugin section, then clicked on add new, and I have added advanced custom field option, and activated that advanced custom field option, which gives custom field menu after the setting. Then I have go into the custom field. I have created new field group, that is the name called student form, under which I have kept 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 options, that is student name, student address, gender, email and mobile number with relevant field name like student underscore name, student underscore address, gender it's a radio button, previous is the text area and previous one is text, then email is email and mobile number is a number. I have created this 5 advanced custom fields. Then I selected the option called post, and under post I have created a one post called demo advanced custom field. Whenever I have created the demo advanced custom field, automatically into the bottom part of this entire post you will see this advanced custom fields, where I have filled the data like this. And updated the post. Now, after performing this activity, all this I have done in my last lecture. After performing this activity, let me see it in a preview. It gives the output of entire post over here, but it will not show the data which I have added into the advanced custom field. That means there is no the name of student, no address, no mobile number, no email address, no gender, etc., etc. You cannot see anything over here. Now we are going to display the same thing over here. So for that, what we have to do now, focus. What I am trying to speak is, first of all, you have to go into the dashboard. Then you have to select appearance and theme editor. Select this theme editor. Theme editor is what you can change the entire programming of theme which you have set as a default. So once it is open, on right hand side there are many options. From all these options, select the single post option, which open the code of single post.php over here. Just scroll down. There is a one while loop which starts inside the PHP and it completes over here. After that, write our logical line PHP echo get underscore field is the function for fetching out the advanced custom fields data. Then into the bracket, name of advanced custom field, that is student underscore name, which we have kept into the advanced custom field option, right? Update this file. Let me close the other menu so there will not be more confusions. This file is saving. Fine. Once it is saved, go into the post. Select on the post on which you have applied the advanced custom field. Then go into the preview. It will display the name of student over here. That is my name, Gaurav. Now what I am changing one more thing over here, even here I am displaying the address of the student. So just copy and paste this entire line and make a change from student name to student address. Update the file. Once the file is updated, refresh the post. After the name, you will get the address whatever you have entered into the advanced custom field option. Now, the third is gender. So again go back into this editor window, put the same code over here, change the field name from student name to gender, update the file. Once the file is updated, refresh the post. Here you will see the gender of that particular student. Then again copy paste the same thing. Just look at to the email ID we have. So email, keep as it is, which you have taken into the advanced custom field, that is email. Update the file. Refresh the page. You will get the email ID. Same like that, suppose I am giving mobile number. So change to mobile underscore number. Number is not this one, NUMBER. Once it is saved, refresh the post. You will get the number what you have entered into the post. So in this way, we can go for using advanced custom field options. So I hope now everything is clear related to the advanced custom field. Now as per the syllabus, we are discussing about the various plugins. We have completed with the discussion of SEO Yoast, Contact Form 7, WooCommerce and advanced custom field. Now we will go for regenerate thumbnail. So for that what we have to do, let me close all the options so it would be very easy for all of us. I am removing this thing from the post also because the demonstration is completed. I am going into the plugin. Once the file is saved, go into the plugin, click on add new, go into the search and type regenerate thumbnail. Let me search according to the university word, regenerate thumbnails. Search for that plugin. The first regenerate thumbnail will be over there by LX Mills. So press install. It will take few seconds to get installed into the system because day by day our WordPress becomes heavy by installing the various themes, various plugins, etc. etc. So this plugin is installed. Now make it active. Once this advanced custom fields makes activated, and installed properly, what we are doing, we are just again going back into the plugin or reading the technical part of this advanced custom field, add a new advanced, sorry, not advanced custom field, regenerate thumbnail, and I am clicking on this option called detail, which gives the theory of entire thing. Regenerate thumbnail allows you to regenerate all the thumbnail size for one or more images that have been uploaded to your media library. That means this plugin is associated with media library. We'll give the demo of the same so it becomes more proper for all of you. This is useful for situations such as a new thumbnail size has been added and you want past uploads to have thumbnail in that size. You have changed the dimension of an existing thumbnail size. For example, via the settings media, you have switched to new WordPress theme that use the featured image of a different size. It also differs the ability to delete old and use thumbnail in order free up the server space. So what the theory says, this particular plugin works for the media and the images that you have uploaded for that particular media. Now what we have to do for this thing, just go into the setting and select media, or either or you can directly select on media. These are the thumbnails that I have added in my WordPress. Just select a particular thumbnail. Over here you will get the option called regenerate thumbnail plugin option into the media. Just click on that. Then this is the actual size before the cropping of the entire thing. Just press the regenerate thumbnail and the newer size of this particular thumbnail is generated of 100 by 150. So done and click go back. Even you can select some another option. So let me go back and let me select this option, regenerate thumbnail. It creates into the two different portions, one by 150 by 150 and 300 by 300. There are two options: keep generating existing correctly sized thumbnail faster, delete the thumbnail files or old unregistered files in order to free up the server space. Don't click on this option, you will lose your original file. So just click on this and done. Your newer file is created, which you can use for faster and better purpose. So in this way we can use regenerate thumbnail option. Even in this we can go for multiple files also. See what is the dimension of this particular file, 600 by 764, right? 600 by 764, and I am regenerating it, performing the operation. Done and click back. Why the size is not changed? Let me keep it. No, I don't want to change this image. Let me keep my image. Edit image. 100 by 140 and scale thumbnail crop size. Yeah, I think it's changing over here. Fine. Let me go back. Edit image. I am changing the dimension over here. 150 scale. Image becomes like this. Let me change it to 200 scale. Hundred by 500 scale. Go into this one, regenerate. 570 is created. Make it regenerate. Go back. Then open C drive, XAMPP, htdocs, WordPress, WP content, then uploads, no uploads, media, where is media, theme, 20 version of this one, uploads 2020. Yes, here you can see the several sizes that I have created. I work on my image for 100 by 100, 100 by 50. I have not changed anything. Then I have generated the thumbnail for another sizes. So in this way, regenerate thumbnail works. Even I have go for 674, 607, 607, for this image. Even I have changed something for this also. So all these things will be displayed over here. So in this way, advanced regenerate thumbnail works. Then next one is WP Supercache. Go into the add new, select WP Supercache, install it, click on more details. Up to that, we'll see the theoretical part of the same. The theoretical part of this plugin says that this plugin generates static HTML file from your dynamic WordPress blog. After a HTML file is generated, your web server will serve all that instead of processing the comparatively heavier and more expensive WordPress PHP scripts. The static HTML file will be served to the vast majority of your users who have not logged in or the user who have not left a comment on your blog, or the user who have not viewed password protected post. 99% of your visitors will be served static HTML file. Once the cache file can be served thousands of times, other visitors will be served custom cache files tailored to their visit. If they are logged in or have left commented, those details will be displayed and cached for them. The plugin serves cache files in three different ways ranked by the speed. Number 1, export. The fastest method is by using the Apache mod underscore rewrite or whatever the similar module your web server supports to serve super cached static HTML files. This completely bypasses the PHP and it's extremely quick. If your server is hit by the traffic, it's more likely to cop the request by lighter. This doesn't requires the Apache mod rewrite module, which is probably installed if you have custom permalinks, and the modification of your htaccess file, which is strictly and risky and may take down your site if modified incorrectly. Simple supercase static file can be served by PHP, and this is recommended way of using the plugin. This plugin will serve the supercase file if it exists and it almost fast as the mod underscore rewrite method. It's easier to configure the htaccess files which doesn't need to be changed. You will still need a custom permalink for keeping the portion of page dynamic and caching in a mode. WP caching. This mainly used to cache the page for no users URL with permalink and feedbacks. No users are logged into the users link. Visitors who have left the comment to those who have shown the custom for user data. What does it means? Whatever I have speak is the technical word. Let me simplify it. This particular plugin works in a backend for WordPress. You will not see anything happening on a front side. Make it clear first. Again, I am repeating my words. This particular plugin is a such type of plugin which works in a backend of WordPress. It is actually used to make your website much faster than the others. What it does for the same? It makes a caching of the file in your main memory area of the system, and it makes all your dynamic pages as a static page, and it gets loaded over the user's terminal. So for that, without loading the heaviest part of dynamic website called PHP, it loads the simpler part of the site by converting it into the static form, and it displays the data in a recommended format. So the plugin gets installed, make it active. I hope my technical words are very heavy. Try to digest it, try to repeat all these things as many as you can. Okay, fine. So this plugin is activated. WP super cache warning. Your server is configured to show files and directories which may expose sensitive data such as login cookies to attackers. In cache directories that has been fixed by adding a file name index.html to each directory. If you use simple caching, consider moving the location of cache directory on advanced setting page. If you just installed WP Supercache for the first time, you can dismiss this message. Otherwise, you should probably refresh the login cookies of all your logged in WordPress users here by clicking logout link below. So we'll click on logout button. Now once you press this logout button, what it does, it clears all the cookies from the entire system and make your system faster by converting all your dynamic page into the static one. You will get the WP Supercache option under the setting option. Just click on this WP Supercache and your system is proper. Just convert from caching off to caching on and press update status. Again, there is a warning. You should change the permission of HTTP software content and make it more restrictive. Use FTP client for following commands to fix chmod. No need to do this. Just dismiss this particular message. Will remove the things. Now, just test the cache. And wait for the few seconds because it will take some time. Fine. Some messages are there. Test your cache website by clicking the test button below that we have done. The following recommended setting will be enabled. Simple caching rebuild. Press update status and the testing is done. Remove the old cache pages by just pressing the delete. Delete expired cookies from the system. Delete cache and your site becomes more faster. Let me check it by just logging out from the system, and let me log back into the system by entering valid username and password. See, my results are coming very faster on my screen. Let me go into the plugin section. Even it becomes more faster. Let me go into the media section because it's a bit heavy. There are all medias are available. It works very fine and faster due to the installation of WP Supercache. So students, almost all the plugins which is prescribed by the Saurashtra University is completed over here. In my next lecture, we'll go for various types of widgets which is still pending. So our next topic of discussion is widgets. Now note down the 2 days exercise that you have to perform by yourself, and you have to note it down in your journals. Write down the installation steps. Write down the installation steps for WP Super Cache. Make it simple. Write down the installation steps for WP Super Cache and write down the installation steps for regenerate thumbnails. Both the demos I have taken in today's lecture. You have to make it by your own at your home, and then you have to write the steps in a journal. So this is the exercise that you have to perform in today's lecture. I hope all of you have a very clear-cut idea about the same. In our next lecture, we'll go for widgets. Thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day. Let me close it all these things. You can leave the session.